Oh, what to say? Huh? Is it Royal Rising? Royal Rising is Royal Rising. You're royal and we rising. Cause it ain't no surprising when it's a royal rising. Hope all is well. Time and space gonna tell, baby. I hope all is well, man. Cosmic Mind UV. Come on, 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 come on. Is absolutely where you need to be, ain't it, man? Empress Star, salute to my cosmic galactic feminine energy co-host. Energy, huh? Empress start taking your far no matter where you are. She gonna be coming through with, doing what she do, right? Here we go, here we go, here we go. Let's see. What the hell is Cosmic talking about? Goddamn now. Hmm? What the hell is Cosmic talking about, man? Cosmic always talking about something. Cosmic always talking about something. All right, here we go, man. Kemtic science versus this religion bull ass shit, ain't it, man? Oh, I gotta go in on that bull ass shit. Look, check it out. I wouldn't be cosmic if I didn't got him going into this on it. Let's break down and give it a bust down. Kemtic science versus religion, their origins, principles, purpose, and key differences, all right? Kemetic science overview. Kemetic science from, excuse me, why Kemet, the ancient name for Egypt, meaning quote unquote black land, end quote, ain't it mine? Is the spiritual, scientific, and psychological system of ancient of ancient Egypt. It blends metaphysicals or metaphysics, cosmology, alchemy, mathematics, medicine, and spirituality into one holistic world view. Ain't it, man? Core principles, divine science. The universe is divine intelligence expressed through natural law. When I told you about universal principles, you know what I'm saying? We're going to do a refresh show on that probably next. Mayat equals truth, balance, order, harmony, justice, reciprocity, and prosperity, etc. Self as God, generator, operator, destroyer. Salute the Bobby, goddamn motherfucking image. God damn it. See, we gotta show love to where we get stuff from, ain't it, man? Huh? The originators of goddamn shit. Salute the Bobby Hemmett. Generator, operator, goddamn destroyer. Self as God, the divine nature, or what? What is it? What is it? What is it? Or that a goddamn motherfucking rule. You be like, why the fuck Kami keep saying that goddamn Nehru shit? What is that? Fellas probably be like, what the hell is he? They probably don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. They just probably ignoring me saying it. Ain't it, ma? The divine nature or nature rule, ain't it, man? Lives within humans. Lives within. Humans are reflections of divine consciousness, energy or energy, and vibration for the near shine, eh? Make sure you share this, man. Share this to them family member, they hard-headed religion Sky Daddy ass, man. Huh? We did a show called Sky Daddy Syndrome. I'ma reshare that for you so y'all ain't gotta go search for it, because I know how y'all don't like to go, some of y'all don't like to go look for stuff, you hear me? So I'll go dig that up for you, yeah, man. But yeah, man, send it to grandmama, even my Earth family too. They still think it's Sky Daddy, you know what I'm saying? Somebody with sandals up there creeping around with a beard and all that other ass shit, yeah, man. But anyway, check it out. Send this to them though, huh? Here we go. Energy and vibration. Everything exists through energy or energy, frequency, and resonance. Aligning oneself aligns with the universe. What are you doing? Nothing. All right. Aligns with the universe. Alchemy of spirit. Transformation of the lower, which is material, self, into the higher, which is the divine self, symbolized by resurrection myths like Asar and or Osiris. So like I said, you have a rebirth every day. You don't have to celebrate your birthday once a year when you what? Have a rebirth every day. Balance of masculine and feminine. Both aspects are sacred and needed for creation. Asar and Aset, Ra and Mayat, etc. Ain't it, man? Purpose to awaken divine consciousness within. Huh? Master the laws of the universe, universal principles, what we're talking about, and live in harmony with Mayat. All right? Religion overview, huh? Especially in the organized form, etc., is a structured system of beliefs. That's the first word. Worship just means you begging. I keep telling y'all that. To worship something means you are beholding to it. You're begging. You're a slave to it. So if you worship celebrities, that means you're enslaved to it. Okay, let's get it. All right. No, am I wrong on that? Okay, anyway. Worship and doctrine centered around a deity, a deity. It often emphasizes faith, obedience, and communal rituals. Core principles, faith-based belief, focus on belief in God, prophets, or sacred texts. External worship, God is often seen as separate from the individual. So that's why when y'all be saying the most high source and all, like, who is all this other shit y'all talking about other than your higher self? You are the source. What are you talking about? I'm just trying to figure out all these people y'all be talking about, all these terms and all these other entities outside of yourself. All of y'all, when I say y'all, all of you that be saying stuff that be sounding like you talking in third person and you not talking in first person. When you say, when source tells me, when such and such and such, you're not saying when my higher self tells me. You're saying when source tells me, or you're saying when who else they be saying? Jesus, Lord, source, or the most high. Yeah, the most high. I can't forget about that one. Who is all these people? Okay, y'all. See, all of these terms are still stringing you away from yourself. It's still stringing you away from the reality of you're just speaking to your higher self. You're just activating your higher self. Okay, external worship. God is often seen as separate from the individual. Moral code, ethical guidance, and laws to shape human behavior, institutional authority, priests, clergy, and religious hierarchies mediate spiritual experience. That means it's just a motherfucking show, nigga. Pimping your ass, stringing your ass out. So that just sounds like a better way to massage it on you. You know what I mean? They mediate the spiritual experience. Rituals and doctrine define ceremonies, holidays, which hollow days put you in the days, DAZE, and sacred practices. Purpose, the main moral order, spiritual devotion, and connection with the divine through established paths, faith, and obedience. The key differences: Kemetic science versus religion. Aspect: Kemetic science, origin, ancient Egypt, Africa, whatever y'all call it, if whomever, rooted in natural, and what's that word? Cosmic, and cosmic law. Ain't that something? Religion varies. It could be Abrahamic, Eastern, etc. So, it could be a variety of shit. Rooted in revelation or prophets. View of the divine. Kemetic science. God is within all things, immanent. Religion. God is outside creation. Transcendent. Path to enlightenment. Kemetic science. Self-knowledge. Inner alchemy. Mastering energy or inner chi. Isn't that something? Religion. Faith. Prayer, which is begging, and obedience to divine commandments, which a European made up for you. But yeah, look. Structure. Kemetic. Decentralized, experimental. Inauditory. Religion. Institutional. Let me see. Knowledge source. Kemetic. Observation, symbolism, sacred science. Religion. Scripture, divine revelation, religious authority. Goal, Kemetic science, spiritual ascension, and deification and self deification. That's why you look at these. That's why we did the show on the Kemetic. They are principles. Mayat is a principle. Da, 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 da. Salvation or external life with God. That's the religion. Law and order. Um, Kemetic science, guided by Mayat, universal order and justice. Religion, guided by moral or divine law, Ten Commandments, etc. Balance of feminine and masculine. Kemetic, both honor equally in divine expression. Religion, often masculine dominated. Uh, Hierarchy, what is it? Hierarchy. Yeah, that word. So when y'all be talking about hierarchy, a lot of y'all are the same people that are in religion. That's what make this shit funny to me. You know what I mean? Like that's a fucking intellectual conundrum, isn't it? A lot of women that be talking that shit, but y'all be the most religion ass niggas. Anyway, approach to nature. Kemetic science. Nature is divine to be studied and harmonized with. Religion. Nature is created to be subdued or used responsibly. Afterlife, Kemetic, continuation of consciousness and transformation, becoming an asar, etc. Religion, heaven, hell, or rebirth based on faith and deeds. In essence, religion is a spiritual framework, a way to honor, obey, and connect with a higher power through belief and community. Kemetic science is a spiritual technology, a way to overstand, activate, and embody divine power through study and discipline. Sacred conclusion. Kemetic science invites you to become divine through knowledge of self. Religion invites you to worship, which means beg or idolize some shit, the divine through faith in another. Both paths seek harmony with the source, which is you, one through inner mastery, the other through devotional obedience. Which one should Black people apply more of right now? This is important. Spiritual evolution of the original people and our collective healing journey, etc. Bust down. Let's approach this with balance, truth, and cultural awareness. The presence needed for original people right now. Many Black people across the world are in a stage of reawakening, rediscovering our ancestral wisdom, reconnecting to spiritual sovereignty, and breaking away from colonial conditioning that distorted our original relationship with the divine. This is where Kemetic science becomes deeply relevant. Why Kemetic science is needed more right now. Reclaiming our roots, Kemetic science, and our ancestral knowledge systems. Um, the foundation from which much of the global spirituality and rigid religion was later derived. By studying it, we reconnect to our original spiritual technology and African or indigenous, whatever, centered consciousness. Know thyself, and thou shalt know the gods. Healing from religious colonization. Huh? Make sure you share this to them, to them people that you be tired of talking to. Because you're not gonna get through to them. You hear me? So you might just need somebody outside of you to give them some of this right here. Healing from religious colonization. Religion, especially as it was delivered through colonization, often taught the original people to look outside ourselves for a God. Feel guilt for our natural power and expression. Fear our ancestral practices and symbols. Comedic science reverses that. It teaches you, it teaches you are divine energy or energy in motion, ain't it? Eternal motion. Hmm? Emotion, eternal motion. The ancestors are not demons, however, guides. Nature, body, and spirit are sacred and connected. Inner sovereignty and power. Comedic practice builds mental, emotional, and spiritual sovereignty. It helps us, them, they, those, master our energy or energy, ka or ba, align with universal laws, maya, create balance in relationships, economics, and health. This is the foundation of true freedom, ain't it mine? Not just political and spiritual liberation. See, y'all are wrapped up into that political shit now. See, you think y'all gonna vote your way to liberation. That's what a lot of y'all still on too. A lot of y'all still, because a lot of y'all will hit up somebody with, if you don't vote, what they hit you with her? If you don't vote, you ain't got nothing to say. Nigga, you been voting for 10,000 years and this shit trash. More trash. Nigga, shut that stupid ass shit. Anyway, balancing science and spirit. Kemetic teachings blend, and also we did a show on the Patel family. They literally have family in government. So that means, wouldn't you think that would give them the upper hand on policies and different things of that nature? That's what I'm saying. A lot of these powerhouses, all first of all, you have that them couple of people that's funding both sides anyway. So it's just the how you confuse again. It's no different than the divide of the black man versus black woman who should be. It's the same shit. It's the same exact shit. Anyway, Kemetic teachings blending metaphysics and science, something modern religion often separates. This integration helps us understand how vibration, energy or energy, and emotion affect reality. Apply sacred knowledge to wellness, creativity, and technology. Live as conscious creators rather than passive believers. Ain't that something? Because that's the number one thing they're gonna yell at you. They're gonna make you a what? A goddamn believer. Reviving the sacred feminine. Ain't it? Kemetic science honors both divine masculine and feminine. It uplifts the womb as sacred, the woman as divine, and the man as protector and co-creator, restoring, what is that word? Cosmic balance in our community and relations. However, the balance matters. While Kemetic science offers liberation, religion still uh, has aspects, provides community, discipline, moral structure, etc. However, when religion becomes dogma and control, it blocks divine evolution. That's why a lot of y'all are stagnant in certain levels of your elevation or your evolution. Some of y'all stuck in being the Hebrew Israelite. Some of y'all stuck in Muslim. Some of y'all stuck in Christianity. Some of y'all stuck. You feel me? And you not trying to. You don't. You're not wanting to hear nothing outside of. You hear me? And then let's keep this shit all the way 10,000. A lot of y'all don't go by the sacred, what by the fucking Bible book anyway. From what people telling me, a lot of it say you're not supposed to be eating meat and doing a whole lot of shit anyway. Huh? My earth say Leviticus. You know what I mean? She know a little more about that shit than I do. I never fuck with that shit. Even when I really wasn't awakened like that, I just never fuck with it. You hear me? So anyway, so a lot of y'all don't even see. That's what I'm saying. How stupid do you look, yelling and confiding in some shit that you don't even abide by, my G? mm, 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 mm. The brain is a terrible thing to waste, ain't it? So the key is not to reject all religion, however, to infuse it with comedic awareness, the science behind the spirit. Sacred conclusion. The original people should apply more comedic science right the mother now, because it restores our memory, reveals our power, and reclaims our divinity. Religion can remain as a supportive structure, however, comedic consciousness should be the foundation. All right, we got two more, we got one more, well, we got probably one more part, and then Empress Star gonna take you far no matter where you are, man. Let's get through this real quick, real slick. Small commercial break. Peace and abundance, y'all. Peace and abundance, man. Gratitude for your patience for the small commercial break. Empress starts setting up. She getting herself situated. She getting her notes situated and situated. You know what I'm saying? To take your father mighty where you are. Gratitude. Make sure you share this, man. Make sure you put your notification on for the near shine. If you make sure you support in two of three ways. Make sure you subscribe or share. Do both of those. Or make sure you support with a donation. What you gotta do, two of those three. Either subscribe and share or donate. You feel me? Get us in the algorithm. No, I mean that's what it is.
Yeah,
I mean that's just what it is. I mean, majority of the stuff people listen to up here, they at some point say what? Subscribe, share, or some shit. So that's not brand new. You hear me? Just like your church be telling you to do, ain't it? When the nigga said, shut the door, close the doors. He said close the door, ain't it, baby? Entrapment ass nigga. But look, yo, the next voice you hear, have no motherfucking fear. Empress Star take you far no matter where you are, y'all. I got y'all. Peace. Y'all be patient.
Yo, 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 yo. How's everybody doing? I hope you enjoyed the show so far. We're talking about comedic science versus religion. Yeah, I'm glad I got out of religion a while ago. It just seemed like a prison of the mind. But don't get me wrong, it's a great way to, if you follow scripture, develop morals, uh, have a nice set of rules for yourself, and you can really use it to help pivot and open your mind into um, comedic science or learning deeper outside of just the King James version, uh, because we all know that is, first of all, it was written by a pedophile. He killed his queens. He was also gay, so I mean, I don't have nothing wrong. I don't have nothing against anybody that's gay. Let's get that clear. But the way that he went about it, it was more of a secret, So it's not like anyway. Yeah, let's just move on from that. So, why would you follow a religion that enslaved your ancestors? Why would you follow quote unquote religion and it keeps you shackled in the mind? Why would you follow religion and it tells you if you don't pay, you're gonna go to hell? Kind of don't really make sense. And it tells you to be subservient. It tells you to follow what your masters tell you to do. But we are our own masters, so we need to master ourselves and get outside of that religion because it's really holding the black community captive. I'm so glad that we're going through this great awakening right now because we are at a pivotal moment in society, in this community. Is either going to make us or break us, and I absolutely hope it make us, because the system is eating itself up so that the new powers can rise. So you have to start working on yourself and putting things into place to get up out the system, to get out of religion, to break free in your mind. Like I was saying, it's vital for us to move away from religion because religion was used as a tool of control. When our ancestors were enslaved and colonized, um, religion, especially Christianity and Islam under colonial rule, was not given for liberation. It was weaponized for submission. It told our ancestors that their own gods were evil. It told them that obedience and suffering was holy. That freedom comes after death, not in life. So work hard as you can and get beat down hard as you can in this life. But don't worry, your suffering won't be in vain because in the next life, you get to have all the streets paved in gold, the riches and the glory and the abundant life. When, nah, that's a damn trap. That's a trick, rather. It's a trick because your abundance is supposed to be here in this lifetime. You free your mind and you get the shackles off your mind and you move away. So this basically just stripped us of cultural memory, spiritual confidence, and direct access to the God within us, the generator, operator, and destroyer inside of us. The most powerful weapon in the hands of the oppressor is the mind of the oppressed. So if you continue to let them stay in your mind, if you continue to give your mind to that religious book and not look outside of that and look within yourself, you're going to stay in an oppressed mind. You're going to stay in a state of fight or flight. You won't move on. You're going to be dependent on this system, this broken system that is cracking and breaking more and more each and every day. The established powers are really the established powers have really lost their control and power, but so many of us are still holding on to this broken paradigm system, this broken narrative that it seems like it's still strong, but if you just really look at it, it's broke. And it's time for the newness to come out. It's time for us to take power. But we can't even take power because we're not even self-sufficient yet. So we need to start working on that, working on breaking shackles free from your mind, work on being self-sufficient so that we can take our power back. And honestly, I feel like it starts with breaking out of religion and getting the shackles off your mind. Religion teaches separation from the divine. Most organized religions position God as external, a being up there, white dot in the sky. You must please or fear. Kemetic and indigenous systems teaches that the divine is within you. When you forget that when you forget that truth, you wait for salvation instead of creating liberation. You pray for miracles instead of learning divine law. You fear divine power instead of mastering it. So this separation keeps us spiritually dependent, not sovereign. And that's what we want. We want our sovereignty back. So it's time to stop fearing our divine power and master it. It's time to stop praying for miracles and learn divine law. It's time to stop waiting for the salvation so you can be liberated and liberate yourself. There's nobody in the sky that you're praying to that's going to come and save you. There's no Jesus that's when you when you pass gonna be there saying, "Oh, great job, sheep. You did what you supposed to do," which is nothing. That's what you're gonna get, a big fat nothing. And then your spirit is gonna realize, "Oh fuck, this was a big trick." Yes, it's a trick. It's time for us to get out of this suppression. It's time for us to be liberated. It's time for us to learn the divine law, and it's time for us to master our divine power that's inside of us. It also suppresses the divine feminine. The colonial religion often erased or demonized the sacred feminine, the goddess, the womb, nature, and female power. But in African cosmology, Aset or Isis is divine wisdom. Mayat is truth and balance, while the womb is the first temple of creation. When religion silenced her, it threw our communities out of balance, spiritually, emotionally, and socially. So restoring the feminine restores the world. I'm going to say that again. So when we restore the feminine, it's going to restore the world. Because it keeps us mentally dependent, religious systems often train the mind to follow authority rather than question it. Seek approval from clergy rather than from spirit. So run into your pastor, run into the what's them first lady, the mother of the church, you know, just all these different people who have positions inside of this religion, instead of you going within and seeking that knowledge and getting that understanding straight from source, straight from your higher self. Um, and it also teaches you to focus on sin instead of growth. That mindset was designed to produce obedience, not evolution. True spirituality requires inner mastery, not outer permission. So it's saying work within yourself, work on the things inside of you, not worrying about getting permission from the outside source, the church people, the church folk, or praying outside of yourself to quote unquote God, the God that's outside of you, when the God is inside of you. It disconnects us from our ancestors. African spirituality is ancestral, rooted in honoring those who walked before us. But religion labeled ancestor reverence as idolatry or witchcraft, severing our link to ancestral power. But the ancestors are not gone. They are our line of energy, memory, and protection. When we reject them, we reject a part of ourselves. Because it hides our original science, our ancestors gave the world the law of Mayat, the concept of the Trinity, which is Asar, Aset, and Heru, the resurrection myth before Christ, astrology, medicine, geometry, and alchemy. So our ancestors gave us all of this. This is what our ancestors was studying. This is the original science. But religion took those teachers, they reworded them, rebranded them, removed the African origin, and moved us away from our original science. Moving away from religion allows us to reclaim that original science and use it consciously again. Because of the time, because the time of blind faith is ending. This is the age of knowing, not believing. Our DNA consciousness and vibration are rising, demanding direct experience of the divine, not stories about it. So faith served its time. Now comes remembrance. We are waking up to the living energy of the spirit within, not confined to a book, a building, or a preacher. This shift isn't about rejection, it's about reclamation. Leaving religion isn't about hating it, it's about outgrowing what was meant to confine us. It's about returning to the source, before the colonizer, before translation, before manipulation. It's vital for Black, melanated, indigenous, copper tone people to move away from religion now because we're awakening from centuries of spiritual amnesia. Our liberation depends on self knowledge, not submission. The earth needs our original frequency, balanced, whole, and divine. Our ancestors didn't worship to escape life, they practiced to master it. Now it's our turn to remember, rise, and reclaim the throne within. Humanity, and especially Black, melanated, copper toned, and indigenous people, stand at a spiritual crossroad. For centuries, religion shaped our beliefs, guided our communities, and offered hope in times of struggle. But now the call is for something deeper, older, and truer. A return to the science of spirit that our ancestors once mastered. Religion, as it comes through colonization, separated us from our ancestral memory, our divine identity, and our direct relationship with the Creator within. Kemetic science, however, teaches that the divine lives inside every being, that Mayat, which is truth, balance, and order, governs the universe, and that knowledge of self is knowledge of God. It shifts us from being worshippers of power to embodiers of power. So you just don't go to the church and give worship and reverence to the quote unquote most high or the God in the sky or, the pastor for giving such a great message. You have to embody that power that's inside of you. Worship the power that's inside of you so that you can learn how to wield that power and use that power to break free from the systems that are actually crumbling. Religion often trained us to wait for deliverance, to see God as an external rescuer. Kemetic understanding reminds us that we are co creators in the divine process, capable of shaping reality through energy, vibration, and thought. This is the awakening from faith alone to faith fused with knowledge. That's taking you from dependence to divinity, healing the feminine and restoring balance. Kemetic truth honors both the divine feminine and the divine masculine as sacred reflections of creation. This stores spiritual and social balance, healing the womb, the family, and the community. Religions silence the goddess. Kemet celebrates her. When the feminine rises, the people remember. African spirituality is not about worship and idols, it's about honoring energy. It teaches the ancestors It teaches that ancestors, nature, and cosmic laws are a part of the same divine web. Through Kemetic practice, we realign the natural cycles of life rather than living disconnected from them. This connection returns us to harmony with earth and spirit. This shift is vital right now because this era is about conscious evolution. The age of belief is fading and the age of knowing is here.
Mm.
The Black collective must rise beyond systems that were designed to limit and awaken to divine codes written in our DNA before oppression, before translation, and before distortion. Religion served survival, but Kemetic science serves resurrection. So to move away from religion is not to reject God, it is to remember that God never left you. Kemetic science invites Black melanated copper tone and indigenous people to reclaim the original wisdom of our ancestors, to embody divine truth through Mayat, to honor both feminine and masculine energies, to heal the generational disconnection and rise as conscious creators once again. This is not about rebellion, it is remembrance. It is the return of the Black divine mind.
Remember who you are.
Remember who you are. Thank you so much for hanging and banging with us. We just talked about the difference of between Kemetic science and religion, and why it's time to get the hell out of religion and open up your mind and start to understand the ancestors, understand divine law, understand who you are. Go within. You don't always have to go to a pastor or some clergy to get the answers. All you have to do is go within. You are God, generator, operator, and destroy. You have been set here to because you have superpowers inside of you. Go inside of yourself, activate your DNA, activate the superpowers, and come online so we can help with this revolution that we're taking part of.
Ooh, I got a question, Empress Star. Ooh. I got a question, Empress Star. Oh, 11:11. All right, never mind. I had a question, Empress Star. I wanted you to talk about your personal experience getting out of that church. All right, y'all. Peace in the abundance. Peace in the abundance. That's gonna be part 2, y'all. 11:11, by the way. Yeah, man, that's gonna be part 2, man. You know what I'm saying? Empress start transition out of that church shit, man. Hey, I'll talk about it. You hear me? That'd be part 2. You hear me? So, peace and abundance, man. Peace and abundance. Hope all is well. And guess what? Cosmic Mind UV. We ended off on 11:11. Oh yeah, y'all check out Tonic, man. We got a live on Facebook today, potentially at 3 p.m. Eastern. All right. Peace and abundance.